Disclaimer, this video contains spoilers for the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. If you don't want to hear about that, click off the video now. And with that out of the way, what's up YouTube? This is Iron Shark Productions here, and I just came back from the FNAF 2 movie. And I have a lot to talk about. A lot of shit to talk about with this movie. Because there is some things in this movie that I love and some things that I dislike. And I just kind of want to get my thoughts out there, you know? Especially when the movie's fresh and people are going to watch it, like, this weekend and shit. But yeah. Now, originally I was just going to talk about things I like and dislike in the movie in order of how they play out. But in order to get this video out in time, I just want to keep it simple, you know? So let's start with the pros of the movie. And there are so many pros. Like, this movie's actually pretty good. Is it better than the first one? Well, you'll have to see to the end of the video for that one. I like the voice of the toys. I think they're great. They fit the characters good, and yeah, out of all of them, I think Toy Freddy is the weakest. I'm so used to hearing like Toy Freddy's Ultimate Custom Night voice.
That's what you get for leaving me hanging!
That I'm not used to hearing Kellen Goff's voice as Toy Freddy, but I think I could get used to it over time. And for Megan Fox and MatPat sounded great. MatPat did not sound like MatPat at all. I had to remind myself, like, hey, this is MatPat I'm watching. Talking on as Toy Bonnie. Because it does not sound like him at all. And Megan Fox also did a good job as Toy Chica. I don't really have complaints for her. Megan Fox ended up talking a lot as Toy Chica. Toy Chica had a lot of scenes. I guess for the fan service, you know.
Yeah, boy.
Anyways, another thing that I loved about the movie was all the Easter eggs and fan service. Oh my god, it was so good. All the Easter eggs and fan service are so good. A couple of things I can think of off the top of my head right now were like Mike picking up like the flashlight and shining it at the hole, and then Shadow Bonnie was in the office. Oh my god, for like a split second, and me and everybody else in the theater were like losing our minds over seeing Shadow Bonnie in the fucking FNAF 2 movie. And then there was also this one scene with like Mike and Abby were in the original FNAF 1 pizzeria, and they picked up a fucking Good Stuff Freddy Fazbear plush, and Mike squeezed it, and it did the sound, and that was really funny. Everybody in the theater laughed at that. That was awesome. They also brought back some people from like the FNAF 1 movie and like YouTubers and shit. I remember I saw Razbowski in like the Faz Festival scene. That was nice. But Corey Kenshin's also back as the cab driver, and he picked up Abby and Toy Chica this time, so that's kind of funny. He also had some funny quotes in there. I hope he comes back for the third movie just so he can do that same fucking quote again, where he's like, man, I gotta quit this job, and then he ends up working at Fazbear Fried, so that'd be nice. And Doug from the first movie also returned. The frightful lawyer. And in his minor role in the movie, he just kind of promotes his lawyer skills to like the family that just got ransacked by fucking Toy Freddy. It's so stupidly funny that a chuckle came out when I was watching it. The animatronics for like the movie, I loved how they look in the movie. Oh my god, Jim Tension Screecher's Up always cooks with like the animatronics designed for the movie. My favorite one was Withered Freddy. I don't care what anybody says, I love Withered Freddy's look in the movie. It was so cool seeing him like that. In the big screen, in real life, he is actually real. Also, like, the rest of the Withers look great. Foxy looked a little bit weird, but I still love the Withers. They were awesome. Same goes for the toys. I loved how the toys looked. They were so game accurate, especially Balloon Boy. Balloon Boy looks like he was taken straight from the game. That's how accurate he is. I also loved all the actors in the movie. My favorite one was McKenna Grace. She is very pretty. I gotta get that out there. She is very pretty. Elizabeth Lale did a good job. Josh Hutcherson, Piper Rubio, Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich. They did awesome jobs. And same goes for like Jeremiah's character. Yeah, they all did great job except for one. But I'll get into that in a minute. Now I want to talk about the post-credit scene. Oh my god, that post-credit scene was awesome. Probably my favorite post-credit scene I've ever seen. I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's good. It's really good. So in the post-credit scene, I really should save this for like the end of the video, but screw it, we're doing it in the middle of the video, baby. Okay, so in the post-credit scene, so the Fazbear Frights team comes and gets Springtrap from the FNAF 1 location, and they show Springtrap in all his fucking glory. He looks fantastic, and I can't wait to see him in the third movie. There's also a post-credit scene with Henry leaving a voicemail for Mike, but I'll get into that in Puppet's own section because Puppet deserves her own section in this review. She was the GOAT of the movie, and I will glaze her. I will glaze the Puppet for the FNAF 2 movie. She was awesome. On to the cons of the movie. The pacing was fucking terrible. Oh my god, they learned nothing from the first movie, which is a damn shame. Because, like, some stuff takes too long to get to the action. Like, Schmelly. The Schmelly date scene, which Schmelly is Mike x Vanessa. Yeah. And it's implied in the movie that Mike has a crush on Vanessa. I like that. I wish that was a plot that they kept on going with. But I'll get onto that later. Where in the Schmelly date scene, this server randomly comes up and cleans off the crumbs off of Mike and Vanessa's table. And it just felt oddly dragged out. It felt weirdly weird. And now I want to talk about the lore. The lore and fucking Freddie Carter. Oh my god. So, Freddie Carter is Michael Afton in the movie. And it's really badly explained in the movie. He just kind of shows up at the end being like, oh, these toys will kill the town by morning because since this puppet thing is down, it's my turn to take the spotlight because we're at the end of the movie, you know? And then he proceeds to, like, not do anything for the rest of, like, the action while the toys get taken out. Which, speaking of which, another thing about the movie that I disliked was, like, the lack of withered animatronic, like showing footage of the withered animatronics. Like, it didn't seem like they were appreciated enough, which is a damn shame because I love the withereds. I also wish Withered Golden Freddy was in it, but that's just a me thing, so yeah. I also want to get into Mike's character a bit in the movie. As much as I love Mike in the first movie, I did not like him in the second movie just a bit. In the first and second act, he was Mike through and through. But in the third, and this was at the end of the movie when fucking Freddie Carter's character gets beaten by Jeremiah, who literally sucker punches him in the face. Oh, that was so cool seeing that. And the, like, fucking, like, FNAF 1 movie animatronics taking down, like, the toy animatronics. That was awesome. But Mike at the end of the movie was just, like, after finding out, like, Michael Afton's Vanessa Afton's brother, he was like, stay away from me and my family, which is, one, a reasonable response, but two, you were literally trying to date this woman, like, an hour ago in this movie. Like, come on, man, have some respect. But by far, my favorite part of this movie, and their whole reason why this character is getting its own section to themselves, the puppet. The puppet in this movie is so cool. It literally is the definition of a puppet master, and, like, puppeting the animatronics. And also, my favorite part about this is the puppet can get into people's bodies. And using their bodies, such as McKenna Grace's character, Lisa, and by far my favorite for the puppet that it took because it looks so creepy. And with like the sunken in eyes and like the gaping mouth and like the tear tracks coming down her eyes and like the puppet's like hands coming out of like McKenna Grace's like arms. It's so odd but yet so creepy at the same time. I love it. And the same thing happens with like Abby at the final act of the movie, which she looks terrifying. I don't get it wrong, but I kind of like McKenna Grace's puppet possession design more. But yeah, while I was at the theater, people were like shocked that Abby got like possessed. And the same thing for me. I was like, oh my god, they really went there. The puppet's possessing Abby. That's kind of horrifying. But yeah, Mike and Vanessa were able to like get the puppet out of Abby with like the music box that Henry gave Mike to stop the puppet. And at the end of the movie, which this is the only problem I have with like the puppet in the end of the movie, the puppet ends up possessing Vanessa, but like only her eyes change and she gives off a creepy grin. And I'm gonna be real honest, I don't know how they're gonna transition that to the third movie. It seems a little weird, but hey, I can deal with it. So with that all out of the way and such, my thoughts on the movie, it's great. It's a good-ass movie. It's fun, it's silly, it's got a lot of fan service. It's not the best movie, but it is a good movie. And my rating for it is a solid 7 out of 10, which is 0.5 points better than the FNAF 1 movie that I gave. Even though I love the FNAF movie to death. I literally have it on Blu-ray. But yeah. Thank y'all for watching. This is a different kind of video I did. Kind of scripted, kind of ranting just about the movie, you know. Yeah. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell and be on the lookout for more videos. I'll see you all on the flip side. Have a good one.